Maine, 1850s. A man named Phineas Quimby lies in bed, diagnosed with tuberculosis. In the mid-19th century, this is essentially a death sentence. There's no reliable cure, but Quimby refuses to accept this fate. He starts riding horses, violent, intense exercise that doctors would never recommend. And something strange happens. During these rides, when his excitement peaks, his symptoms temporarily vanish. This leads Quimby to a radical conclusion. What if the illness isn't purely physical? What if his beliefs about being sick are making him sicker? He begins treating patients based on this idea that changing their thoughts could heal their bodies. His patients recover, word spreads, and Quimby inadvertently plants the seeds of an idea that would eventually become a global phenomenon. An idea that claims your thoughts don't just influence your behavior, they can literally shape your reality. This idea has a name: the law of attraction. Phineas Quimby's experiments with mental healing in the 1850s and 1860s launched what became known as the New Thought movement, a philosophical framework built on the idea that the mind has power over matter. Over the decades, this concept evolved and spread. In 1906, William Walker Atkinson published Thought Vibration, or the Law of Attraction in the Thought World, coining the phrase that would stick. In 1910, Wallace Wattles wrote The Science of Getting Rich, claiming that focusing on wealth would manifest it. But the concept truly exploded into mainstream culture in 2006 when Australian television producer Rhonda Byrne released a documentary film, and later a book, called The Secret. The Secret sold over 30 million copies. It was translated into 50 languages. Oprah devoted 2 episodes to it. The core claim? Simple and seductive. Like attracts like. Your thoughts become things. Whatever you focus on, a positive or negative, you will attract into your life. Think about wealth, and wealth will come. Visualize success, and success will find you. Focus on negativity, and negativity will follow. The universe, according to this law, responds to your mental energy. And here's the thing. For millions of people, the law of attraction feels true. You start thinking positively about a job opportunity. You visualize yourself succeeding. You walk into the interview with confidence, and you get the job. You focus on finding love. You put yourself out there with optimism. You meet someone. The relationship works. You believe you'll have a good day. You smile more. People respond warmly. The day is good. These aren't isolated incidents. People have thousands of testimonials claiming the law of attraction changed their lives. Rhonda Byrne herself tells a story. When creating The Secret, she was $2 million in debt. She maxed out her credit cards, mortgaged her home, but she believed it would work. She visualized success, and it did. The film became a global phenomenon. The debt disappeared. So, does that prove the law of attraction works? Here's where it gets interesting. Because there's a huge gap between believing something can change your behavior and outcomes, which is absolutely true and backed by psychology, and your thoughts emit energy that the universe responds to, which has zero scientific evidence. The law of attraction conflates these two very different claims. So what's actually happening when the law of attraction seems to work? It's not the universe responding to your vibrational energy. It's psychology. First, self-fulfilling prophecy. This is a well-documented psychological phenomenon. When you believe something will happen, you unconsciously change your behavior in ways that make it more likely to happen. The classic study, in 1968, researchers Robert Rosenthal and Lenore Jacobson told teachers that certain students were intellectual bloomers who would show dramatic improvement. These students were actually selected randomly, but guess what? Those students did improve. Not because they were special, but because the teachers treated them differently based on the expectation. More attention, more encouragement, higher standards. The belief created the reality. Second, confirmation bias. You remember the hits and forget the misses. You visualized getting that job and got it? You visualized getting 5 other jobs and didn't? You forget those. The human brain is wired to seek patterns and confirm pre-existing beliefs. So when you're actively looking for evidence that your positive thinking worked, you'll find it, even if it's just coincidence. Third, behavioral change. When you believe you'll succeed, you act differently. You prepare more. You show up with confidence. You take more risks. You persist longer. It's not that the universe handed you success. It's that your belief changed your actions and your actions changed your outcomes. And this is real. This is powerful. This is documented science, but it's not magic. It's psychology. And here's where the law of attraction reveals its limits. Because if positive thinking could truly manifest anything, then why do optimistic people still get sick? Why do hardworking, positive-minded people still lose jobs? Why do people who desperately want love still end up alone? The answer is uncomfortable. Because external reality doesn't respond to thoughts alone. Positive thinking can change your behavior. It can make you more resilient, more proactive, more likely to notice opportunities. But it cannot override physics. It cannot bend external circumstances to your will. It cannot attract things through pure mental energy. Scientists, including Harvard physicist Lisa Randall and psychologists at the Center for Inquiry, have criticized The Secret for making claims with no scientific foundation. Specifically, its invocation of quantum physics to explain how thoughts attract outcomes has been called pseudoscience. The real danger of the law of attraction isn't that it encourages positive thinking, and that's fine, even beneficial. The danger is when it shifts into victim blaming. If you believe that negative thoughts attract negative outcomes, then what happens when something bad occurs? You blame yourself. I must have been thinking negatively. I attracted this. Cancer patients are told they manifested their illness through negative thinking. People in poverty are told they're poor because they don't think abundantly enough. That's not empowerment, that's cruelty disguised as spirituality. So how do you take what's actually useful from the law of attraction without falling into magical thinking? First, embrace the psychology, ditch the metaphysics. Positive thinking absolutely affects your behavior. Visualization can improve performance. Believing in yourself increases your chances of success, but not because the universe is listening, because you are listening. Second, combine belief with action. Positive thinking without action is just daydreaming. Third, accept what you can't control. Some things are genuinely outside your control. Illness, economic downturns, other people's choices. You can control your attitude, your effort, your response. But you can't control everything, and that's okay. Fourth, be wary of confirmation bias. When something goes well, ask yourself, was this the law of attraction? Or did I just work really hard? When something goes badly, resist the urge to blame your thoughts. Here's the truth about the law of attraction. Believing in yourself can absolutely change your outcomes, not because the universe is conspiring to help you, but because belief changes behavior, and behavior changes results. That's not magic. That's not quantum physics. That's not a secret. It's just how humans work. The power was never in the universe responding to your thoughts. The power was always in you. If this changed how you think about mindset and manifestation, hit that like button. It helps these ideas reach the people who need them. And if you want to understand other patterns that shape how we work and think, we've covered Parkinson's Law, why work expands to fill the time you give it. Subscribe so you don't miss the next one. Because once you start seeing what's psychology and what's myth, everything becomes clearer. See you there.